Essay paper is one paper where every individual gets a chance. Content is your observation, content is your learning material that you have. We have to have patience for this and practice. That is something is very important. This is a test of your personality rather than your other skills.
Welcome to this special interview segment on essay paper of UPSC examination. Essay paper is a crucial component that evaluates a candidate's comprehensive understanding of diverse topics. We'll be discussing what this paper involves, how it is evaluated, and also tips to do it well. We are honored to have with us one of our very well-known faculty, Ruchika Bhardwaj Ma'am, who has more than 15 years of teaching experience, and she has dedicatedly and with her expertise guided countless students for this examination. A very warm welcome to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Ella, for inviting me here today.
So, ma'am, today we'll be discussing about the essay paper in detail. Firstly, I would like to know what is the importance of essay paper and why is it included in UPSC examination?
See, essay paper, as I always say, this is a paper through which they are checking your analytical skill. It is a paper through which overall personality they are checking of a candidate. Otherwise, like we have GS papers. So these GS papers, sometimes the questions are very mechanical.
Yes.
There is no scope to show your individuality in these questions. So essay, and down the line, once you become a civil servant, so you have to prepare policies, you have to make research work, you have to do research work, you have to make policies and all those things. For that, you should have a diverse understanding, in-depth analysis you should have the practice of in-depth analysis. So that's why essay paper has been included. So in a nutshell, it is like a personality test.
So, ma'am, what should be the strategy of the students to write a very impressive essay?
Essay paper is one paper where every individual gets a chance to showcase his or her personality. So we cannot say that there is one way of writing essay or there is a one strategy for it. It all depends on your writing skills, how you write, how you think, what kind of analytical reasoning you are having. So with practice it comes. Some people have a natural flair of writing. Some people have very good analytical characteristics. They have very good analytical abilities. But many of them do not have writing skills. Some of them have analytical characteristics but they cannot write. Some of them can write but they cannot analyze. So with practice it comes. And we have to have patience for this and practice. That is something is very important.
So, ma'am, what are the common mistakes that the students make generally while writing the essay?
See, one of the most common mistakes for this paper is that this is one of the most ignored paper.
Right.
Actually, first, like when we are, generally students, they do not write essays before the exams, while they're preparing. First priority is let us clear the prelims. After prelims, let us complete the syllabus. And then in the end, we are reminded, oh, we have an essay paper also. So one common mistake in general we see is that generally students do not write it. And this is a paper which needs practice. Yeah, you might be having a natural flair of writing, but at the same time, you also need to do practice. Even the best of the players, best of the singers, they all do practice. And so that is one common mistake. Second mistake, generally what we see is, that is very common also, many students take it as a test of their English language.
Right.
Yeah, and because some of us are from the rural backgrounds or from the remotest part of the countries, or we have gone to vernacular schools or Hindi medium schools, so there is a kind of inertia in the mind कि हमसे नहीं लिखा जाएगा, है ना, हमारी अंग्रेजी अच्छी नहीं है. So that is a inertia which is stopping them from writing good essays. So that is also very common perception that, and it's a very wrong perception that it's a test of your language. Of course, your grammar is checked. Your basic grammar, there's a requirement of writing a correct basic grammar, but it's not at all a test of your vocabulary or your lexicon. So that is also a very common mistake that is being done. Third thing is, nowadays what we see overall in general, apart from UPSC also, students or as such people are losing interest in reading. General habit of reading is somewhere is missing, and when you are into UPSC, you are just mugging up the facts and to write good GS answers. So that is something where you find it difficult in writing. So that is also like when you are preparing for UPSC, of course you have a very vast syllabus to cover, but at the same time I would say that at least read the newspapers, editorials and all. That will also help you to understand how to write something. Yeah, so that is also something is lacking.
So that means, ma'am, these students don't need to be very proficient in their English. Neither they are supposed to use any fancy language while writing. It has to be simple and straightforward.
See, the purpose of UPSC essay, how it is different from other essays. Yeah, the purpose here is to test your certain skill sets. It's not a literary essay that you are writing for, say, universities, or you are. This is not a job essay where you like now corporates are asking you to write essay. It is completely different. It's a test of your personality. Yeah. So that is why here they are like UPSC also understand that many students who are writing this exam are from tier 2, tier 3 cities. UPSC also knows that many students who are writing the exam, they have studied throughout in Hindi medium, they have lived in small villages. So it's not about test of your fancy English that you are talking about. Neither it's a test of like your literary skills. It's about your personality. Yeah. So even when you are writing simple, we have simple writings of Mahatma Gandhi. Yeah. But very impactful personality. So that is what, this is a test of your personality rather than your other skills of language or something.
Right. So ma'am, what should be the structure of writing a perfect essay?
See, there is a lot of subjectivity to that, to this paper. There is nothing like perfect. What can be perfect for me cannot be perfect for you. And that is what we witness even in UPSC results also. In one attempt, someone is getting 130. In the very next attempt, someone is getting 70 in the essay. So there is nothing like perfect. You cannot say this is the perfect, but yes, a good essay for UPSC is an essay which is somehow complying to the demands of the UPSC. And UPSC has written 3-4 lines, like keep closely to the subject, you know. And effective and exact presentation is required. Keep closely to the demand of the topic. Effective and exact presentation would be awarded marks. That is what UPSC has clearly written. So a good essay for UPSC is something, the topic that they have given. So you should somehow be very close to the topic. Don't get haywired. And at the same time, it should be very effectiveness and exactness. It comes with your examples or what you observe, your way of writing. Yeah. So these kind of things, if these things are in a very good mix up in the essay, we can say it's a decent essay to get good marks in the UPSC.
Ma'am, and generally it has been observed that while writing the essay, students at times they get so much of stress and they are not able to stay focused. So how do they work on that?
Actually, that is what like we were discussing earlier also, that why the problem is reading habit.
Yeah.
We are not, when we are preparing for UPSC, we are generally training our mind to write an answer in 150 words or 250 words. Yeah, that is what we are practicing throughout the year. And when it comes to essay, it is 1200 words.
Yes.
Yeah. And then in your GS, you are being asked one particular question, you have a particular answer for that. But here it's an open canvas. Yeah, you can paint it in any direction with any color. Yeah, but everything has to be in sync with the demand of the topic. Yeah, so that is why sometimes they feel frustrated. And most of the students, they are not having the habit of writing. Especially many of the students who are from technical backgrounds, engineers, doctors, they have not written much after their standard 10th or maybe 12th. So that is why they feel quite frustrated in the beginning. So that is there.
So ma'am, how these students can incorporate current affairs and real life experiences in their essays?
See, if you're talking about something, if you're say like talking about climate change, so what you are observing around you, you can put it there. If you are talking about rising global hunger, so if you have some data, don't make it a statistic copy, but if you have some data about UN or about any renowned organization which is talking about that how the global hunger is rising, you can quote it.
Ma'am, any resources or study material that you would refer for the essay writing?
See, as far as resources or study material is concerned, I always many students come to me with this, ma'am, is there any particular book about it? There are so many books in the market also which have come up for essay where there are like 60 essays or 600 essays. Okay, if you want, you may read them, but the point here is that there is no particular definite resource for it. Yeah. Because it is not about one particular question and one answer. Yes. Yeah, if they are giving you question that repair the roof while the sun is shining, so you do not have a particular, you can add so many dimensions to this. So there is no one book for that. But yes, as far as your resources or the study material is concerned, 80% of your work is done if you are thoroughly doing your GS. You are reading so many things. You are reading different dimensions, right from your polity, economics, history, geography, international relations, internal security, science and tech. You are reading ethics. You are reading. So you have already lot of content, and then you are doing current affairs also. You are reading your economic survey and all those things for GS. So naturally, content is there with you, and additional readings and your observations. Yeah, that is said that your essay should be unique. So what is going to bring uniqueness? Your observation, your writing style, your examples that you are observing. So content for essay starts from your childhood. If you could recall something very, very good that has happened or something very unique you have observed, so content is your observation, content is your learning material that you have, and content is about your daily newspaper reading that. So, and this is all is your content. That is what I feel. And then we also have come up with the book, like we have this essay essential book. This year we have come up with this essay essential book also. So it's not about, we have not written any particular essay on this, but we are giving like tips how to, because generally students, they face problem. How to link the paragraphs, right. How to use the linking words, what kind of quotes we can use, general philosophies, which are commonly their common philosophies that we have in our lives. So we have given this reference of those. There is no particular essay written in this. So that is what is the resource.
So ma'am, just now like you mentioned about the quotes. So how important it is to use the quotes in essay, and what type of essays generally there should be a quote that should be mentioned in it?
If you see the marks, good essays, students who are scoring good in the essay papers, you talk to them, many of them have not even written a single quote. And some of them have written many quotes. Yeah. So that is what I am saying, this is one of the most easiest paper where you are not bounded by any tail word like you have in GS. So here, quotes or not using quotes, it is up to you, your writing style. If you are comfortable in recalling quotes, you can quote it. Okay? And now many philosophical questions are also coming, abstract questions are coming. So there are some quotes, they are quotes based questions. So at least you should have that kind of a understanding. You should have that kind of analytical skill to at least understand a quote. Remembering, recalling, that is not necessary, but if the statement is given, and mostly philosophical questions are quote questions, yeah. So including quotes in your answers or not including, it all depends on your writing style. If you are fulfilling the demand of the UPSC, keeping closely to the demand of the topic, making it very interesting and effective, so you will get the marks even without quotes.
So ma'am, students who are preparing for UPSC 2024, what advice you would like to give, and when should they start writing the essays? So once, like suppose if they have started writing or preparing for polity paper, should they start preparing for essay then and there itself, or they should wait to cover up 2-3 GS subjects and then start writing for essays?
See, again, it is up to an individual. And when to start the essay, it is up to you. But at least you should have some content. Right. Yeah, you should have some content, because if you do not have content and if you start writing, you are discouraged. Right. देन आपको लगता है अब अगली बार नहीं लिखना है, हमसे नहीं लिखा जाएगा. या यू शुड हैव सम कंटेंट विद यू, बट येस समटाइम्स व्हाट हैपेंस इज लाइक इफ वी आर नॉट हैविंग दैट काइंड ऑफ अ कॉन्फिडेंस, बिकॉज देयर इज अ inertia for this paper. So if you do not have a confidence to write, at least start thinking. You see the PYQs, previous year question papers, you take out, है ना, or you take up any of the quotes whichever you like and start making a framework for it. है ना, आप उसका फ्रेमवर्क बनाओ कि इसमें मैं क्या सोच सकता था या क्या सोच सकती हूँ, कौन से डायमेंशंस हो सकते हैं, कौन से एंगल्स हो सकते हैं, हाउ कुड आई कंक्लूड दिस और हाउ आई कुड इंट्रोड्यूस दिस. एटलीस्ट मेक अ फ्रेमवर्क. And after making the framework, supposedly you are too much motivated, you want to write at least one paragraph, write one paragraph. And slowly when you are preparing your other subjects ना, तो ये सारी चीज़ें अपने आप फिर वो आने लग जाती हैं. तो I would say that at least have some kind of your content base and then don't ignore it. Throughout the year you should keep on writing, like before your prelims you focus on prelims, that time you can avoid it, but at least write one essay, think upon topics, write a framework. These kind of things should be done.
So ma'am, presently the essay test series are going on, so please tell us about it.
This year also we are having essay test series, and here what we do is we are having 5 tests. 4 topics each section. So overall we are completing 5 tests, 8 topics. So 40 topics we are doing every year. This year also we are doing it. And in this essay test series, what we generally do is I am not going to dictate anything to anyone. Yeah. What I generally do and what I want to do through this test series is that I see the copy of each and every student who comes to me, and I try to understand his or her way of writing. What are his USPs or her USPs, है ना, उस बच्चे की अपनी USP क्या है, and where is the person lacking. If supposedly someone is an engineer, he has a very strong technical aspect, but he's lacking in the humanity aspect. So I try to work with that person how to include that humanity aspect in that. So it is like 1-to-1, because essay cannot be taught. At least I cannot teach essay. Yeah, essay cannot be taught. I can be a part of your journey. I can direct you, and this is what I want to do, and this is what I do. I see ki what is lacking in you, because you might be good in introducing something, I might be good in writing a body. Yeah, you might be lacking in conclusion, I might be lacking in introduction. So it is not one size fit all. So that is what we are doing in this test series. We work with each and every student, and we try to, and then we do discussions. And essay discussions are done. After every test we have discussions. So we do it together in the class, and then 1-to-1 also. So group discussions, you can say. And I appreciate all the students to share what they have written, so that we have many thoughts coming together. We can learn from each other. And then 1-to-1 discussions are there, and then copies are evaluated. And there also I would tell you that we have a very good team of copy evaluation. We have 30 plus experts who are checking the essay copies, and our essay evaluators, they are not involved in GS copy checking. So they are dedicated to your essay only. They are experts in this. Yeah. And within 2-3 days only, like अभी जो भी हमारे पास data available है, because right now we have approximately 3,000 students who are writing, which includes the people who are writing mains this time, which also includes the people from residential academies like Jamia, G2 and all, and which also includes some of our students who have not been successful in this prelims, but they are our students. So there are so many students, but still we are delivering the checked copies in 2 to 3 days, and the main focus is on those who are writing mains this time, because they need to get copies immediately evaluated and feedback. A lot of feedback is given there, 1-to-1 feedback. They can come to me, then evaluation is there. And if there is any delay or something, they can immediately contact us. We have a contact point here also, contact person here also. Akshat Sikri is there, so he is managing the thing. So very seamlessly till date, things are going on.
So ma'am, I think we have discussed everything in detail about essay, and I hope most of the concerns of the students, they must have got the answer for it. So ma'am, anything you want to add to it?
Yeah, one thing I would like to say to everyone, those who are preparing for UPSC, that don't fear, don't have a fear of essay. Essay is a paper where you can, I'll tell you, Ila, like last year one student came to me, he got 29 marks in essay, 29, yeah, and then like he was there with us, so he got 99, so 70 marks ka jump. So this is one
big jump.
It's a big jump, and it's like many stories like this. So this is one paper where you can score as low as in 20s, where you can score as high as 170.
Right.
Yeah, and this is a paper where you do not need to work a lot, because simultaneously you are preparing for this paper when you are actually preparing for GS. So this is a paper which is very scoring, which will give you a lead above the others. The only thing is practice and understand this paper, understand the demand. Don't think that it's a test of your literary skills. Of course, basic grammar, again I am repeating, basic grammar should be correct, but the point is your thought process. Develop that thought process, and this is what we do in our test series. I focus basically on how to think, because I can teach them, like say, like in the class we are doing 40 topics, but there might be a question on the 41st topic. So what will you do there? So the main focus here for everyone should be, and in our test series also, the main focus is how to think. That is what I also say, ki that is the USP of this program also. How to think. So you should start thinking, you should start brainstorming. Don't fear for this paper. This is very scoring paper.
And ma'am, that now that the test series have already begun, so can students still take admission for the test series? And
Yes. Because see, what happens is, like those who are writing main specially, so some of them think ki ek baar thoda sa pad lete, then join. So every day we are getting admissions in the test series. So we have students who are coming and joining the test series.
Ma'am, if you can please share one of your most rewarding experience.
See, rewarding experience for me comes when I see, when students come to me initially.
Right.
Some of them are very scared of this paper, yeah, and in the initial classes they do not speak anything. But when we move from one class to another class, and ultimately they start speaking, they start giving points, that is something I feel very excited, very happy ki chalo,
When
dar
you see
to
the
nikla.
improvement.
Yeah, when I
in
see
them.
the improvement. And another thing for a teacher, for every teacher, would be when students come back to you after their selections and they say that ma'am, essay के program से हमें इतना फायदा हुआ, 70 नंबर बढ़ गए, हमारे 35 नंबर बढ़ गए, 30. So that is something, when they are happy, they are satisfied. To see their faces happy and satisfied and see them participating in this process, I really feel happy.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing your valuable inputs on essay paper. I'm sure these students must have definitely benefited out of it. Students, if you still have any queries related to essay paper, you may come and meet ma'am one-to-one. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Ella.
Thank you, ma'am.